So first up, in this module, we're going to be looking at factor trees. There's an easy version of this. There's a hard version of this. Relatively speaking, anyway. This falls into the class and what we're doing because you need to know your multiplication tables. One, that's very important. I promise you, I don't think I mentioned this in the introductory video, but I'm always going to put multiplication tables exercises for you in every module. Every module. It's important, so important that you know your multiplication tables, because I promise you, if you don't figure them out, you're never going to get out of this class. Never, ever, ever. We won't be able to move on in any sort of meaningful way if you guys can't multiply. So get on that right away. All right, so we're going to do factor trees, and this is going to, require you to know your multiplication tables and find the ability to break down numbers. Also will lead to later, when we move on to two numbers, finding the greatest common factor. All right, so I've got one of the worksheets I assigned you in front of me. I'm just going to pull some problems off it, work through them with you. I have my whiteboard here, because if I try to write on the screen, I've done that in past semesters, it looks better on here. You can read it more easily. All right, so 50. We're going to try to find the prime factors of this number. All right. So if we know our multiplication tables, we know, well, okay, 10 and 5. 10 times 5 is 50. 5 happens to be a prime number. A prime number is a number that can only be divided by itself. All right, so 10 and 5. 5 is one of the prime numbers, but we can break down 10, right, into 5 and 2. Now, Jonathan, I hear you asking, how do I know that 5 and 2 make 50? Well, let's check our work. 5 times 2 equals 10. We got the 5. 10 times 5 equals 50. So 5, 5, and 2 are the three prime factors of 50. Let's do another one. Let's do 92. Again, you have the answers already on the computer. Again, don't forget, page 2 gives you all the answers to this. It's not going to benefit you to just skip right to that. What will benefit you is if you try to work through these with me, listen to the videos. Really what it comes down to is you have to buy into this process, at least for a little while, and not try to cut corners. All right, so 92. Well, let's see. I'm not entirely sure what the factors of 92 are. So, well, it's an even number, right? So it should be divisible by 2. So let's see, 92 divided by 2. 2 goes into 9, 2, 4, 6, 8, 4 times. 12, all right, you bring down the 2. Notice when you do division, I really have found it helpful to keep everything linear. That way you know what you're doing. You can go back and easily check your work, easily see it. So 2 times 12, okay, 6. So we know that 2 is a prime number. It can't be divided by anything other than itself. All right, so 2 and 46. All right, we're off to the races here. We've got our first step. Now 46, again, it's another bigger number. I know 2 goes into it because it's even. Any even number 2 will go into. So 2 and 23. 23 in itself is a prime number, so we're done. It's that simple. But let's check our work. 23 times 2, again, is 46. We know 46 times 2, 12, carry the 1, 92. So we know that the prime factors of 92 are 2, 2, and 23. Now, let's keep that in mind. So 92, 2, we don't need to write 2 twice, and 23. The first one we did, 50, sorry, slight malfunction, 2 and 5, and 5. So we only, so let's just pretend, these are not, I don't think that they are, but just let's pretend that these are the only multiples of 2 and of 92 and 50. So to find the greatest common factor, you're going to look for the biggest number that goes into both of these. So 2 and 23, okay, 50, 23 doesn't go into 50. 92 isn't a multiple of 50, of 5, excuse me. 5 isn't a multiple of 92. So it's 2. It's your introduction to GCF. Now again, we were just pretending. There are far more multiples of 92 and 50 than just these 4 numbers, but just to show you what we're looking for down the road. I think this covers factor trees pretty well. We're going to move on to the next thing. See you in a minute.